Hello, this is SSW with the late night moon stream. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Don't talk too loud, don't talk too loud. All right. Oh, we got our first viewer. Thank you very much. And first thumbs up. That's awesome. I like to do the late night moon streams, So I know it's a little later, but I enjoy doing them. I've been having a good time today. Now, for the newcomers onto the stream, I have to establish the rules. And there are only 4 rules. No blasphemy. No disrespect. No minors. And no vulgarities. No vulgar speaking. Like speaking nasty, something like that. So, if you can follow those rules, you'll be just fine. Excuse me, my allergies are kicking up, so that's why I sound pretty nasally right now. Okay, now that we've established those rules, let's get started. The chat is pretty cold right now. It's as cold as an icebox. And of course, the views have gone down. Oh, I got a message from a beautiful lady. Okay. All right, we got back to the 3 views. Okay, there's still nobody in the chat, but if you're new here, give me some thumbs up, and let's warm this. Let's make this cold night. Let's warm this cold night up, shall we? Okay. Are we? Is there anybody in the chat? We got 3 viewers and no one in the chat. Boy, this is a lot of fun. Jake, guys, how you doing, buddy? How's Canada? Yeah. DNA, how you doing, DNA? How's life treating you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jake, guys. A burn. Oh boy. Well, let me so there's no sound reverberation in here. I'll, I just, boy, I just wanted to get my knife. There it is. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Jake Eyes. I really am. Got this. I got this back, which is good. My SOG traction. Oh yeah, what a lovely blade that is. Bringing back some oldie but goodies. Ooh, and of course my Colombian Smash It, high carbon steel. Yeah. Well, oh boy. Oh boy, Jake, guys. Oh, that's 8 thumbs up. That's awesome. Oh man, that's like a kabloof. You being a firefighter, I wonder, you being a firefighter, have you ever. Ah, Camo Campa. Ah, thank you, Camo Campa. I had a really great conversation, a three-way conversation with Camo Campa and another person. Um, it was one of the best conversations I had. And we're just talking about guy stuff, you know, knives, archery, crossbows, things that guys love, you know. And it was one of the best conversations that I had. And I suggested to Kama Kampa that that he put a bayonet on his crossbow, which is a really it's something that people are doing these days. Man, usually in action movies, that's like a bomb going off. But I guess in the real world, I guess it's not like, getting blasted, you know. Jake Eyes. Thankfully, you're alive, and that's a blessing. Count your blessings to God that you're still alive, you know. That you're still in this world, but we all have our appointed time. But that I mean that you could have been taken out like that from that blast. Oh, 10 thumbs up. That's awesome. Now, I can't talk too loud, people, but you're a brave man, Jake Eyes, a very brave man. But what I'm curious about is that you're supposed to be wearing like protective equipment that is heat resistant. How did you get burned? You know, I mean, yeah, your protective gear saved your life, but doesn't that prevent you from getting like your flesh burned? You know, that's my question. How did you get burns on your body if you were wearing protective gear in the first place? You know, That's a good question. But overall, I'm glad that you survived because you're a good friend, Jake guys. Oh, it could have been a malfunction in the gear. So it's well, yeah, I'm just glad that you didn't bite the big one. You know. Oh, I guess check your gear next time. I guess. Yeah, it's and that's what it means to be a survivor, I guess. Uh, I'm aware of that, Jake Eyes. But it's a miracle that you survived. I mean, that's a good thing. You survived and you lived, and you'll heal from your wounds, and I guess you'll get some time off. So well, I'll tell you this. You'll get some medical leave and heal up and get some stuff for burn cream and stuff like that, and just take it easy. I know, but you can get some medical leave for that, and you're still in pain. I mean, um, get a little bit of medical leave, and you can heal up from your burns. And I know you can walk, but you can still heal up from your burns and get some pain reliever. You have an amazing job there, Jake. Guys, an amazing job. That is a good question, Kama Kampa. Very good question. Well, you'll have plenty of time to rest and perhaps read a few books, watch a few movies. Halloween is coming up, and that's going to be a good holiday. How you doing, Terry? If you're new here, I'm gonna lay down the ground rules for you. No blasphemy, uh, no disrespect, no minors, and no vulgar language, no vulgar, kind of nasty stuff. We don't, we're not nasty talk here. You know what I mean? Well, did they have the fire extinguishers ready for you to put you out when you were burning? That might have saved you from third-degree burns. Boy, these allergies are kicking me, but I can't complain because I don't have second-degree burns. you know, yeah, the allergies are really messing with me, but I'm not like I don't have burned skin, so can't bitch. Okay, I see that. If I see. Okay. Okay. Okay, I understand, Jake guys. That's a good thing. I mean, you put your life on the line to save people. So that's a respectable line of work. I mean, you're like a superhero. I mean, I got to give you credit where credit's due. Um, my line of work doesn't involve that. Although I just put food on, I just stock shelves. That's all I do, you know. So I got to give you credit, man. You really did something great there. I mean, God bless you. God bless you. I'll tell you that. Oh man, that's so sad, but so hopeful at the same time. Oh, that's so good. That's so nice of you, Jake Eyes. You're a good man, Jake Eyes. A good man, one of the true. Wow, that's a very touching story. I mean, wow. Puts a tear in my eye. Oh, awesome. God bless you, Jake Eyes. God bless you. You're a good man. And if anyone's not moved by that story, you're not human. No, man. Whoa. And I suffer from mild autism, but I can tell you this: even that moves and puts a little tear in my eye. So, and people who suffer from autism aren't that emotional. We're not that emotional about things, but that was pretty compelling. Well, God bless you too. Sorry about what happened to your mother. you doing, Urban Redneck? I remember you. Oh, I remember him. You Oh man, I remember you. You were doing crossbow shooting. You threw axes, similar to what I do, and you also used the launchers, the less than lethal launchers. Got that? You got this underground complex going on, which makes me think that you're living in. Makes me think that you have like a basement that's adjacent to underground tunnels, and you where you can just go underneath the city and do what you want. And that would be awesome, by the way. That would be really awesome. Oh, that's awesome, Airgun Johnny. Now, I'm not big into throwing knives. I do prefer axes, throwing axes like tomahawks. Exactly. Thank you. You're welcome, Urban Redneck. I just got accidentally to the gut. Bree trying to climb. Oh, Jake, guys. Oh boy, I have nieces and nephews, and they do that to me all the time. Jump up on me, you know. Yep. Yeah. Well, it's nice to have good people here. I got 10 thumbs up. That's awesome. It's not the quantity of viewers you get; it's the quality, and that's a blessing from God, in my humble opinion. Yeah, they're both older. They're 6 and 11 years old. Yeah, well, children are like that, Jake guys. But you have a good heart to adopt those two girls and give them a good home. I mean, after all, what happened to their mother and everything, that's just a sad thing that happened. But you know, God God gives us our own appointed time in this world. That's in God's ways. Sometimes it's not up to us. Well, that's awesome. I have oh, it's already raining this week where I am, Airgun Johnny. I did love the fact that you used a Mercury Rise torpedo and the other one, the Mercury Rise. I forget what the other pistol is. Now I have a Mercury Rise torpedo. You were shooting them together like a cowboy. That was really good. Oh, awesome. One more thing. Now, I'm not always familiar with the latest internet lingo. What does MUB mean? Oh, of course. Urban Redneck. I bought it on eBay. It's basically a Sheffield Reaper. Um, uh, like Urban Redneck. I'll call you UB. I'll call you UB. Well, UB. No, that doesn't sound good. How about games? I'll call you games because it's a lot easier to say than Urban Redneck. Games. Well, games. I bought it on eBay. It was only around $60, American dollars. It was on eBay. It was called the the Sheffield Reaper, and it was a lot cheaper than this, like the Bud K version, so I bought it. That spear, you can get it on eBay. Oh, that's awesome, Jake Eyes. Oh, yeah, that's the name of it. I'm sorry. I forgot the name of that particular pistol. I haven't bought one yet. Maybe that's the reason why. I was really enamored by the torpedo because I like revolvers. I really do. I like the revolver launchers a little bit better than the other versions, than basically the semi-auto versions. Oh, that's awesome, Jake Eyes. I like cats too. It depends for me, okay? Some cats can be really cool. You know what I mean? Really laid back cats. They're really likable cats and they like you. Other cats can be a little bit well, assholes, you could say. Depending on their personality. Then, Oh, well, awesome. Well, all my prayers and wishes go to those little girls. God bless you, Jake Eyes. Man, Jake Eyes has a dangerous job. But he's like Batman in that sense. Full plate. You mean like full plate armor or something? Like a shield? He has a full plate. Yes, he does. Airgun Johnny, but that's a good man right there. God bless him. Awesome, Airgun Johnny. Awesome. Um, uh, yeah, probably next week the rain will end. I'll be able to test out my basically my new launcher. Basically my torpedo, my Mercury Rise torpedo. That's going to be awesome, and can't wait to test that one. I got a coconut I haven't used, and I want to use it. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And you'll see some of that soon. I got something like Devastator rounds. Actually, I got it in the clip. Let me show you what I'm working with. Okay. I've already loaded some of these. I bought these on eBay. So these are very interesting. You can see these. They're not Devastator rounds, but they're kind of similar. That's what I'll be testing with. You got these gray ones. They got a smaller ball bearing in there. And you got these orange ones. Bigger ball bearing. We'll see which one works. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I found those on eBay. They were relatively cheap. I bought different versions of these. Are the 3D printed versions. They didn't work for my HDR 50 because of the drum wouldn't rotate. So, but they'll work with my Mercury Rise torpedo. Oh, 11 thumbs up. That's awesome. You know, Airgun Johnny, may I suggest something for you? I would suggest getting a repeating crossbow. Number one, for a Cobra adder, you only be paying $300 for a Cobra adder on Amazon. So, and that bad boy is 130 pounds per pressure. It would be a good thing to test on your channel. You've always tested air guns, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Air guns and less than lethal launchers, but you've never tested a crossbow. Now, that would be an interesting thing to have now, wouldn't it? I'm just suggesting it. One of the most powerful repeating crossbows you can get on the market today is the Cobra adder. Put some bodkins in there, and you got it. It's very similar to this one. Let me get my crossbow. It's similar to this one, except it has it's similar to the Cobra adder. It will happen. Awesome. The Cobra adder is similar to this crossbow, except it has like a magazine, like a magazine at the top, right? And it works in a very similar way. Just clank it up, pull it back, crank it up. It grabs the string, and but except the difference with this one, it actually pops another bolt down on it. You know. Oh. I want to see. Awesome, urban redneck. Awesome. I got a lot for now, but I'm single. Of course, you can't do it now. I always say, take your time, get what you can, work with what you got. I'm not basically saying do it right away. Do it in your own time. Do it in your own time. Yes, you have a Cobra adder, and you have a really good one too, by the way. Shoots multiple shots. I'm going to give you a little tip. Those letterings that are on these crossbow prods? If you take like a paint marker, a black paint marker, it will basically take off. So basically, you can basically paint over the letterings. You know what I mean? On the thing to make it a little more stealthy. If you basically take a paint marker, which I have one over here. Here it is. You take one of these black paint markers here. These are literally paint markers. They're made for painting. uh, covering up, touching up, and stuff like that. And if you use one of these paint markers, and you can take out a lot of this, the white letters on your crossbow. That's what I do to make it a little more stealthy. You know, that's what I use. 12 thumbs up. That's awesome. Yep, you have a nice adder, I will say. Okay, well, yeah, the rope too. I wouldn't try to do what rope. If you're talking about the bowstring, I would leave that alone. But just yeah, it's a simple paint marker. Simple as that. This is made for painting, actually. So this has paint in it. So it's like this, and it's got paint in it. I saw him really angry. Well, that was a very cheap crossbow, Airgun Johnny. Very cheap. It didn't have a stringer mechanism, like you could put a stringer, and it was a little difficult at the time because it lacked a stringer. In order to string it, you had to do something else. You had to basically use like physical force. This crossbow I have here has a stringer mechanism where these stringer hooks, where hereby if I wanted to put a new bowstring on it, I could literally string it and pull it back, string it, and it would be no problem. I have a crossbow stringer now for this one. Cool idea, Airgun Johnny. Cool idea. But they say you get what you pay for. That crossbow that I strung up before in the older videos, that one actually broke apart. And it was a cheap crossbow, and it's in my closet, and it doesn't work anymore. And it was messing up on me, and I'll never get one again. Because it only took like 3 weeks for that thing to just fall apart after a couple shots. Oh, yeah. And that's why I bought a $300 crossbow to replace it, which is my Cobra Adder, and I have never regretted it because this has been the most reliable crossbow for $300 I've ever bought. And one of the most lethally powerful crossbows. $35. Yeah. Yeah, I bought it on Budk. It was $35. I remember now. Yeah. The M48 Hellhawk. What a disappointment that was. Good idea, Airgun Johnny. When I say this, you can get that in your own time. I know sometimes we don't always have the funds to get what we want. Just put it on the back burner and save your money and get things done. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome, Air Gun Johnny. I think it would be interesting because you're Air Gun Johnny, because a lot of times, air gunners don't really cross into the crossbow world. And I like my channel to be like a channel where different hobby communities can come together. If you like knives, you can come here. If you like archery, you can come here. If you like slingshots, you can come here. You know, if you like bushcraft, you can come here. I like to be have a variety of things to skills and a variety of things to show on this channel, not being just one thing, And I get a lot of good people. I see a lot of crossover in different communities. You have the air gun community and and the slingshot community talking. You have the archery community talking. You have the with the slingshot community. You have the knife community talking with the slingshot community. So everyone's exchanging information. And I like to be that focal point, that brings these different communities together because I'm into these different things. And that's what I like. I like that. I like the fact that because I'm not just into air guns, I'm not just into archery, I'm not just into slingshots, I'm not just into knives, that I have a variety of different things. That all these communities, I talk to these communities, and then I get these different people in these communities talking to each other and exchanging ideas. And I think that's a beautiful thing, I really do. I love that. Any questions? All right. The chat is going cold. Is anybody still in the chat? I mean, got 7 viewers here. you know. I know it's getting late, isn't it? But I'm enjoying this, Well, it's easy to economical. That is so true. That is so true, Iron Man. That is so true, and that is a very good fact. And I know in Europe they do regulate the type of power an air rifle can have, and even less lethal. So it can be difficult, but you make do with what you got. And archery is the most powerful stuff you can get in Europe. But in America, we can get black powder. We can get high-powered PCP with firearm power. We can get like really powerful, less than lethal. So we got that going for us. We can also get, like regular firearms, depending on who you are. There is one thing I was thinking about buying, and it's been on my wish list for a while. It's on eBay. It's called the Sling Hammer. It's basically a type of crossbow, and I would recommend it for you guys in Europe, actually, because it's a crossbow that shoots 12 millimeter steel ball, and it's 14 joules. It shoots 12 millimeter steel ball. It's a repeating type crossbow device, and it shoots these steel balls at 14 joules. You know, I've been thinking about getting one. I've been suggesting to the guys in Europe. It's called the Sling Hammer, and it will basically do what it needs to do. So I've been thinking about getting my next purchase would probably be the Sling Hammer because it's 14 joules. It's a type of crossbow device, and it shoots 12 millimeter steel ball. I mean, you guys in Europe, you guys should be loving this. Um, I'm not. You got to look it up. So there's your answer. I'm thinking about buying a Sling Hammer. Yeah, and it's available on eBay. It's around 100, 200 bucks. The Sling Hammer is around 200 to 300 bucks. It'll run you through that, like 280 and to $300, depending on what model you get. Yeah, so that's been on my wish list. That in those basically those CO2 percussion grenades from Modern Combat Sports. You've ever seen those CO2 percussion grenades from Modern Combat Sports? Thought about getting some of those. Another thing that's on my wish list. Yeah, they can be cool. It's like dart fishing. I've heard of dart fishing. There's also these slingshot darts. If you can buy, and you have to have a slingshot with a string in the middle of them. But there's these slingshot darts you can buy or you can make, where you can just pull it back and fling, like a bow and arrow. Fling. It's like portable. It's like these little darts, and you can stick them in like a little pocket or something, and they're lethal. Ba-bum, ba-bum. You know what I mean? And they're good for like small game hunting, you could say. Mm-hmm. Nuts. Yeah, you can get the special gloves, or you can get a slingshot that has hand protection to use those. There are slingshots that you can get that have hand protection here, you know. Um, Air Gun Johnny. So that's pretty good. Now, one thing I do like to talk about, another thing that's on my wish list is probably a powerful slingshot rifle. If you ever seen a slingshot rifle, they're really popular. Um, and you can make a slingshot rifle. And I always say this: you can make a powerful slingshot rifle that shoots a lead ball. And it can hit hard too. Basically, it can hit hard. It could probably go through basically a goat's skull if you basically have have lead attached to it, or something like a piece of lead ball about this size, and it's launched from a slingshot rifle where you have a scope, and I would say have a flat band slingshot rifle to go with it, and boosh, pow pow. No man, a lot more powerful than pulling it back with your hand. You know, you'll get more shots, but you know. So I would also suggest getting a slingshot rifle, and those are going to be a little bit cheaper. Speaking of goods. The slingshot rifle would be a good idea for that one. Well, I would say go down easy. Poison. It's very sad that the goat had to be euthanized, but apparently your air rifle did the trick. So, you know. I personally, I like animals. Animals are some of the best beings. Some of the are good to be around. I mean, animals are just easy to get along with. Apparently, I consider several times. Strangely enough, animals like me. I don't know what it is. I remember working in a store, and I remember working in the store. I was like rearranging cans in the grocery aisle, and I was like doing my job, minding my business. Someone had a helper dog, one of those helper dogs, and I'm just doing that, and this dog comes up to me and just licks me in the face. And I was happy. That kind of. So, animals seem to like me. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's very sad what happened, and to the goats. Now, I remember one time I almost got ran by a billy goat, but I managed to run into a house and basically kind of like the Evil Dead, like you're holding back with your back, like the like something ramming your door. Like, I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. He's like, nah, don't come in. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. you know. Yeah. That being said, my views are going down. Well, it's going up. well, well, the chat has gone cold. Um, Airgun Johnny, you have anything more to say? Any more questions? Okay. If everybody's getting sleepy, I understand. I'll end it out on a high note. Well, I want to say God bless all of you. Um, you support me. We share ideas, and we like the same things, and and all we do is share is guy stuff. We like blades. We like archery. We like slingshots. We like air guns. We like black powder. Um, we like all that stuff, and we share a common. And there are different communities of enthusiasts for air guns and everything else. But guess what? We all got something in common. We all got skills with these tools, and we're good with our tools, and I think that's a good thing. Yes, in many states you can legally hunt with a crossbow. You still have to have a hunting license, and you got to hunt during a certain season. Um, so yes, you can hunt in the United States with the crossbow, with a bow and arrow. That's called bow season. Um, yes, you can. Um, you have to have a hunting license, which isn't hard to get in America. You just have to basically apply for it at Walmart or any other bait and tackle store in America, and you can just go out hunting. I hope that's answered your question. Actually, hunting season is almost bow hunting season is almost here. I might want to get a hunting license. Yes, you need a license to fish. At least in my state, you do, and it depends on what fish you are talking about. Now, if the fish is an invasive species, they'll let you fish that to your heart's delight. You know, but yeah, you got to have a. That's so true, Airgun John. And yes, you need a license to fish. I hope I've answered your question, and God bless you. I'm gonna, and God bless all the people. I'm glad I'm bringing these different, communities together that like similar things. From blades to bows to slingshots to crossbows and to air guns. We all have some. There's a common thread in all this, and we stand together, and that's good. God bless you. Signing out.